tired, guys. I'm I have tried everything and I have lost most of my friends. I'm literally have lost so many of my friends. They finger getting stuck in wedding rings, bro. Huh? They get wedding ring inside talk and they gone. Gone, finish. No hello, no how are you? Talk. See you yesterday.
What's good, YouTube? I am back again with another video. If you're new to the platform, I want to welcome you. Welcome to the family. At the end of this video, hope you're going to like, comment, and subscribe. I have this very long video. I'll be going in between, to just avoid reused content, but watch this video till end because it's very interesting, and I would like to you as well to just drop your thought down below in the comment section, because this subject is sensitive and it's a wonderful video. Sticking to end. Now let's get into it.
I recently did a live where I looked at where all the men have gone, right? And this was in response to a question that I saw really on TikTok, where I came across this whole side of TikTok where women were basically complaining about the fact that they had a very hard time finding men to connect with, men that might actually be, potential boyfriends, and then eventual husbands, whatever. Like, they're just not connecting with real men. And so, after having conversations and really having had the opportunity to talk with countless men, some who are married, some who are single, some who are single by choice, I have to say there are a few things that I have noticed, especially now with today's dating market. One, there are men who are just checked out, completely checked out of the dating market. Different reasons for this. Some believe that they're just not really going to be getting a good deal. I think today's dating market is highly confusing because you have on one end a lot of women who want to be independent, who really want to be, have their own agency, make their own decisions, do their own thing, and really live a modern way. But then at the same time, many of those same women still demand traditional roles from men, as in men wanting men to pay for them, wanting men to take them out on dates and foot all of the bill, preferring men to do all those different things, romance them as if they were a more traditional housewife, type. And so you have men who just feel like it's just confusing. It's confusing to know how to approach. In one end you want to be equal, but then in another end you want me to cater to you like you're not equal. You want me to pay all these things as if I'm to take care of you. And so it's a very confusing dating dynamic. And there are men out there who are just like, I want nothing to do with it. And so there's that. You have other men who are just grabbing their passports. They're just like, they want a woman who's more traditional. They want a woman who is maybe coming from a culture from very early on. They are taught to be wives, or taught to value being a wife. They're taught to value family. And it's just harder to come across that, in America.
She's right, bro. 100%. 99% up to 100 of these women, they are not taught to be wives, even how to keep a man, how to behave. So that's the big disadvantages we see. And not only in the US, even the Western world, like Europe, those countries, it's so hard, bro. So hard. So now these men, they have to just explore other options. Get out of that zone, move forward and see if they can get someone, to be on their lives. So it's not like men have problems. Men have no issues. But these women, they're not ready to change. Let's continue.
And then you have, like I said, other guys also who feel like just engaging in a relationship with a woman today, or with a modern woman, is akin to chaos, and that they would prefer to go to the gym. They prefer to go to the gym, maybe play video games, work out, work. You know what I mean? They keep like a pretty small circle. And again, they've also disengaged because they're just, they see relationships as connected to chaos. And so these are a few things that I've had a chance to just overhear from men who are just, for whatever reason, not in the dating market. And then there's also men out there who would like to be in the dating market, but are fully aware that they just don't have the money that they think necessary to be able to offer what women would like. I mean, I've talked to men in college who are pursuing higher education who are seem like, good, healthy, attractive men. They're, on a good career trajectory, but they are fully aware that women, even in their age, are wanting them to provide some form of financial stability or take them on these nice, lavish dates, and they just don't have it because they're in college. I mean, again, these are things that I have heard. And of course, this isn't every situation, everything, but these are just common, reoccurring things. I will say, as a woman, I definitely challenge ladies today to really think about the expectations they themselves have held on to with respect to dating and relationships, because there are so many different messages that have been promoted to us over the years, particularly Black women, that I think just really are not healthy and really don't lead to the long-lasting results that we want.
There is this comment I wanted to talk about. Let me know in the comment section if it makes sense. Some of men, they see these women, they are not responsible for their lives. They don't want accountability. Why? You can see many of them have kids. They are single moms. So they're just doing things knowing like nothing will happen. There is no consequences for what they're doing. So men, they see they cannot get into lives of women who have kids already, right? No one want to be a stepdad. So many of them have kids. So if you take all of them away and leave those who don't have kids, and then have to filter, can they communicate their entitlement demands? It's up on the roof. So they see there's no way to waste their time trying to approach women who don't value them.
And also, I think one major thing that can be a big hindrance and can be really unhelpful for people, ladies, finding good, genuine love is putting these really unrealistic financial and unrealistic social standards on men. And what I mean is, if you believe, okay, this man has to be making at least 6 figures, or he has to have this particular degree, or this, and that may not actually be what you need. Because many ladies, some ladies who have these standards may actually be the same woman who say, oh, they want a God-fearing man. And what if God sends you a God-fearing man? Maybe he's not making 6 figures. Maybe he's making 5 figures right now. Maybe he'll make 6 figures later on. You right? Maybe he has a vision. Maybe he has a plan that'll bring him to that point. But for today, maybe he's not there. But he may be exactly what you need. But I think sometimes there can be these unrealistic standards or these expectations of what we think we need to be in a really happy, satisfying relationship. And it has nothing to do with what God really has for us. So especially if you're a woman who says you want a God-fearing man, I would highly recommend you actually ask God what he has for you and what he wants, because you might be surprised to find that his list is different than your list. And even if it looks different, it'll be better than what you could have come up on your own. But a lot of these standards and a lot of these things that some ladies are holding on to actually could be keeping them from their husband. And then, like I said, if you have men out there who've gotten to the point where they simply feel like they're being treated like an ATM, or that they're just on a rotation, or that they're just continuing getting women who are quote unquote dinner whores, right? Like women who are just trying to find guys to take them out on dates or pay for them because they don't have the money to take themselves on nice restaurants themselves. Like, so those guys are going to check out. So, I just think there's something really valuable as women about just allowing God to tell you actually who you need to be, and then allowing him to take you on that journey to being that woman. And I think more women who are willing to embrace that and go on that journey may actually find it easier for them to connect with the men, or really the man that has been for them, because all you need is one. Really, that's all you need.
Yo, she was saying exactly what's supposed to be said. These black women, we're talking about black women, even myself, I'm black, so I'll talk a lot about black women. They're not ready to build with the man from the bottom. Not like other races, like white girls, white women. They can build with the man from the bottom, bro. And they don't have those crazy demands. There are some of them they do, but most of them, they don't have those crazy demands. They see if you have a vision, she will join you, but not to a black woman. They will never, bro. You must have everything sorted out so she can come. And if she come into your life, you have to be careful, because you're not sure if she just love me or she love my money. And most of the time we seeing them, they're cashing out and leave. So you can see it's a big fail for a black woman to be trusted. And they say themselves they don't feel safe around black men. So they don't like black men. You can say that. They're going for other races, and those other races, they know the behavior of black women. Like they're not ready to step up and deal with that BS. So they have to change. If they're not, they will end up like that. And we all know men have options. Just carry a passport, explore the world, easy.